I recently went to the course module section of our class to confirm when our service learning report is due. And according to the modules, our service learning report is due by May 10th. Or rather, I should say, according to the service learning report guidelines, our service learning report is due by May 10th. I'm glad that I allowed plenty of time for us to do our reports because based upon inbox messages that I got from you, some of your community agencies have closed during the coronavirus and won't reopen until, I think, the first week of April. And that's perfectly fine because we have until May 10th until the service learning report is due. Now, let's say that your community agencies at which you're doing your service learning end up closing longer than expected and you need an extension on the due date of your service learning report. Please don't hesitate to contact me. If necessary, I will extend the deadline for you based upon when your community agency will reopen. Okay, so I just wanted to alleviate that particular fear. And I think that's all I wanted to say about that. The next thing I would like to do is preview the discussion posts that we are going to be doing the week after we come back from the break. Now, as you know, we're not going to be meeting the Tuesday after we come back from break because school happens to be closed that particular Tuesday. However, we still have work to do, and so I want to go over discussion posts 6A and 6B with you. Incidentally, I just made this module viewable, so when you next go to modules, you'll be able to see discussion posts 6A and 6B, their prompts. Our memorable teachers. So 6A states, you will describe an elementary, middle school, or high school teacher whom you remember well. In your description, you will explain how this teacher put any of the 4 learning styles into action as described in the leader section of chapter 6. And remember your text reference. Okay, so where the heck is that particular section? That particular section is in chapter 6 on page 150. So when you next get the chance, if you go to chapter 6, you will see on page 150, that particular section, the leader section. And let's see, what is 6B? So for 6B, you will respond to one fellow student's 6A post. In your response, you will compare or contrast your memorable teacher with the students. And of course, remember to include a text reference. And again, compare means to address the similarities. Contrast means to address the differences. And so that is discussion posts 6A and 6B, which we will be doing the week after we return from the spring break. Now, in the next video, I want to go over information from chapter 5. So, in preparation, if you would, please turn your books to page 119 in chapter 5. And then we will look at those types of preschools, starting with the Head Start. And I'll be giving you examples. I'll be providing, I believe, an audio example, a video example, and this will give you an idea of what these 6 preschool types look like in action.